All right, I think I have an idea. So to make these a little shorter, what I can do is what I'm doing today is I'm starving myself, and then I make a plate of food and I leave it by me so I know what I'm going towards, what I'm moving towards, and hopefully that makes me, condense these long reviews. See if it works.
Laura has come round to help you.
I don't need her or anyone else. I can manage very well on my own.
Everything all right?
Who are you?
Anthony, it's me, Paul.
Who?
I live here.
What is this nonsense? Anne?
It's me.
Ah, there she is.
Your father seemed a bit confused.
Something wrong?
Where's Anne?
Sorry?
Anne, where is she?
I'm here.
Yeah, I messed up just for that little bit. I get one bite and now I imagine I have little people in my stomach that's just like waiting for the food to rain down and then snatch it. And then they're just like, they get one little taste and like, where's the rest? John, no one fucking cares. These are why your reviews are so long. The Father is a unique perspective from two characters. We have Anthony, or as they say in the film, Antony, and Anne. Anne being the daughter and Anthony being the father. And he's going through Alzheimer's and he's in the middle of it as it starts to slowly get worse. And you see how they react to the situation from, again, each perspective. So you see from Anthony's perspective how he's going through it, how he's kind of denying that anything wrong is happening and that he's okay. And then you have the perspective of Anne, who's obviously cares so much for her father and trying to help him live through it and give him some guidance in some way and some pushback that he's giving. And so you see how that affects her because all she wants to do is help, but he doesn't want help. I want to start off by saying I think this is a phenomenal film for a lot of people because Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor, and as far as I know, a lot of people, I guess, were upset because they wanted Chadwick Boseman to win for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which I haven't seen, so I can't really speak my mind on it. What I can say is that Anthony Hopkins gave one of the better performances that I've seen in a really, really, really long time. I gotta see that film, I guess, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Before I can really say too much about it, all I want to say is this is a really good film, so at least watch it. And what I've heard is that most people who have seen both are not upset with the decision. So if you haven't seen The Father, please see it. And I will say, though, as a discretion is advised, here. If you have any family member, friend, or anything that's gone through Alzheimer's, this could be incredibly hard to watch. I've heard from another reviewer that I watch who's seen this film, who actually recommended it a while ago, that I think it's his father or someone in his family went through this and it was really tough for him to watch. I think he couldn't even finish it the first time. So it's just, but he also said that they portrayed it in really well. This film was my favorite film of the year. I haven't seen a lot in 2020, honestly, because of everything. But I was really surprised. It's a short run time, so you don't got to take a lot of time out of your day to see it. But then you get just two incredible performances from Olivia Colman and Anthony Hopkins. They play so well together. And I want to say Olivia Colman, I don't think she got as much props. I didn't hear a lot of buzz around her name. Everyone said she was good, but I think she gives such a emotional performance because you see all the highs and lows when Anthony is when he's acting out in aggression because he doesn't want help and he feels like he doesn't need help because Olivia Colman's trying to get a caretaker for him because she's going to move and she won't be able to watch over him anymore, but he thinks he's good on his own. And so you see how much that affects her because, he'll attack her and say really harsh things towards her, even though she's trying her best. Or like even little times, like little moments where he says something nice and she gets this, like, you feel her heart warm up, if that makes any kind of sense. You see it on her facial expression. You see you to a point where you feel really good for her, because you're like, wow, like she feels, finally he's, I don't think this whole time where he's being rude to her he really means it. I think it's kind of like a defense, a wall he's putting up because he feels he doesn't need the help. Then we have Anthony Hopkins, and you see it through his perspective, where they're trying to portray what someone sees when they're going through Alzheimer's, or at least, in a way where the viewers can understand how devastating it is. Like, someone walks through the door, it's his own daughter walks through the door, and he's just like, where's Anne? And it's like, that's Anne, but he's seeing someone different, and they actually have a different actor come in as Anne, because that's kind of what they're trying to portray, is like, when you have you start to even forget friends and family that you grew up with your entire life. And you could see on his face too, it's really hard for him to adjust and just act like that's my daughter, because he doesn't even recognize her. I said this in my rankings of the best Oscar nominations. It's like, you yourself, you get put in that position where it's like, for instance, if my mother walked in and she could tell me everything about my entire life and little things that no one would know but me, and say that she's my mom, but I see someone completely different, like, could I really feel the same connection? And then there's certain things that that gets told to him, then later he gets told never happened. He doesn't know if where he's living is his flat, is what they call in the UK, or which is just means apartment, or if it's theirs. Like, he keeps getting told one thing or the other, and then you have the caretakers coming in, but he doesn't really know if they're coming in, and they look like different people, even though it's just it sounds confusing, but the way that it's edited and the way that it's directed is made so you as a viewer really, really, really understand. You understand, like, this, there is that confusion there where enough where you can feel for the main character, Anthony. Rufus Sewell plays Paul, and he plays it really well. If you don't know who that is, it's like the villain from A Knight's Tale. He plays really well as kind of the third party who's in the middle of this. It's not his actual father. He does, I guess he's like the person that's in the mix that doesn't really understand. He doesn't understand from Anne's perspective, and he doesn't understand from Anthony's perspective. To him, it's just kind of a situation that he wants handled because it's getting in the way of his relationship with Anne, and which I guess I didn't mention is Anne's boyfriend. Paul's Anne's boyfriend. And so you get that perspective too, of like someone who's in the middle of it and doesn't know how to react. He comes off as like a douche, but I think he's just ignorant. He doesn't get it. It's not a really heartwarming film. It doesn't end on some really amazing note. Just I guess kind of a spoiler alert. It does. You're not leaving watching the film feeling so good. But what I think is really important is that you leave this film understanding the gravity of how this affects people and people's lives and the person themselves. And I think it brings a lot of awareness to helping the cause and finding a way where we can at least, even if we can't cure it, I don't know, I'm not a neurologist, I don't know how it works, I don't know if it's a curable thing, but even if we can't cure it, ways that we can cope or make it a little easier on people. So I think that's a really important message, just as important as making a good film with a good end, with like a happy ending. This might even be more so. It's more impactful, I feel like. As depressing as it might sound, I think it is an important film. Really, 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 really well acted, written, directed, edited. Everything about it is amazing. And again, it's only an hour and 36 minutes. It's not taking anyone's complete time. It is a lot of money as far as I know right now. It's not like streaming anywhere. You can't buy it. You got to rent it for like $20 if that's still the case, even after Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor. So I think it's worth it. but I understand not for everyone it will be. This is going on a really long time, but I had a lot to talk about with this one because I really, really love this film. So with that being said, I'll go into my rating, which will be a 9.1 out of 10. I think that's maybe one of the highest rated films I've had on this channel in a long time, at least. So but yeah, so please go see it, if not for anything other than Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman's acting were just top notch. Literally, you know, they're at a bar that you almost can't surpass. So if you like this review, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know whenever, you know, I have videos come out, reviews, content, whatever. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day.
Everything will be all right. I promise you.
There's something funny going on.